White Hat, as he is referred to. He's giving the instructions to both teams' kids right now and telling them, hey, this is what we expect out of you guys. And it looks like they are going to say that the Cougars are going to receive the football and defend the north end zone. The Jets will kick the football, and they will be going from south to north, or from I guess from right to left. I had to think about the right to left thing there for just a minute. But anyway, we're set, and we're going to get ready and play a little football on this Thursday night. Of course, there's been games from all around this area that have been moved to Thursday night because of the inclement weather that was due to come in tomorrow night. And lo and behold, if about 4:30 today, when it was actually about 4:15, when I left the house to come to the ball field, we got a monsoon. I mean, it was seriously some of the hardest rain that I've ever seen fall without there being a hurricane. We've got a prayer going on right now, so we're going to shut down and honor that. Next up will be the national anthem.
All right, please remain standing for tonight's national anthem, presented by Miss Camille Nichols.
And there you have it, tonight's national anthem. And I believe they said that the young lady that sang the national anthem was Miss Camille Nichols, as she sings to honor the United States of America with our national anthem. Still no scoreboard. It looks like the officiating crew is going to be keeping the time for this ball game on the field, so we're going to have no way of knowing how much time we've got. Hopefully they'll be able to get the scoreboard up and operational here in just a little bit. Like I said, with the inclement weather that we had coming through, and there's the 7 o'clock train coming through Canoe going toward Atmore, heading toward Atmore and Baldwin County. But anyway, with the weather that we've had, we lost lights to the stadium, and we've also lost the scoreboard. Well, they're down there working on that right now, trying to get the scoreboard up and operational, and hopefully we'll have that. So the time and also the 25-second clock, all of that stuff will be kept on the field. The officiating crew, they train to do that. Being a former official, one of the things that they do is you do work on keeping time on the field, and so they'll discuss that down there. And it looks like that's what they're doing right now, as the head referee, the White Hat as he is referred to, is going to get together with both head coaches, Coach Brandon Wilcox and for the Escambia Academy Cougars, and the coach for the Jets of Banks Academy, and they're going to talk about what's going to happen as far as timekeeping and stuff like that. So anyway, that was a short train. He made his way on through, and so Coach Wilcox got his headset back on. He's going to come to the sidelines The refs are going to have their final little words with each other, a 5-man officiating crew working out of the Mobile County Officials Association tonight. And so the Cougars are going to take the field, and they are going to get the football first. So the Cougars will get the football first. Banks Academy is going to come out, and they will kick off to Escambia Academy. And then here in just a few minutes, we'll be underway and playing a little football on a Thursday night in Canoe. Glad to have you with us. Glad to be here. Always good to get to enjoy high school football on whichever night it is. But like I say, with the weathermen saying that we were going to have bad weather tomorrow, a lot of rain in the forecast and stuff for tomorrow night, like an 80% chance, then a lot of high school football games that normally would have been played on Friday night are now being played on Thursday night in our area. Included in those games, the Flomaton Hurricanes are playing at home tonight in Flomaton. That game is a Thursday night game. Also, the Escambia County High School Blue Devils, they're playing in Atmore tonight as they entertain St. Michael's out of Mobile. But we are fixing to be underway here with the Jets and the Cougars. Approaching the football, there's a short kick. It's going to be handled at about the 30-yard line. One man coming up, trying to get the number off him. And finally, the ball looks like it's going to be spotted at about the 30-yard line. That's where the Cougars will take over first down and 10 as they take the offensive side of the football for the first time tonight. Cougars with senior Jacob Lee at quarterback. He wears number 1. Cougars with slots to either side, right and left. Lee in the shotgun with a single setback behind him. There's the snap. Handoff's going to be straight ahead. Got running room. That looks like it's going to be number 3, Christian Crook. Crook on the carry, and he's going to have enough for a Cougar first down as he gains 11 on first down and 10. So the chains will move. So Christian Crook with the first carry. He gains 11 yards. Of course, Christian has been around this Cougar program for several years. Slots right and left. Single setback is Crook. Crook's going to get the football again. He's going to run off left tackle and finally be corralled. He does gain a few yards. Looks like a gain of actually only 1 as they spot him down at the 42. So it'll be second down and 9 now for the Cougars as they are on offense for the first time here tonight. Cougars lost last week's ball game against Clarke Prep and looking to improve on an 0-1 record. Cougars do not huddle. Slots left and right, same set that they've run on the first 2 plays. There's going to be Christian Crook on the carry, and he is going to be hit in the backfield and dropped. Looked like the safety number 9 came up, and I'm going to have to find my rosters and everything as we kind of got started in a hurry here, and I've got them. Thanks, Coach. And so we will have number 9 for Banks Academy on the tackle. That's going to be Keena Creer. Keena Creer comes up, and he's actually a cornerback. Trips to the left side, single wide receiver to the right. Jacob Lee looking downfield, looking to throw, and he throws a pick. He throws a pick to a lineman. It's a lineman's dream, number 51 with the pick. So 51 is Jalen Lucky. And Jalen Lucky probably has had his name called out over the radio before for playing football, but never probably in the history of his football career as an interception because he wears number 51. So the Jets with the football after Jacob Lee throws an interception.
First and 10 Jets from the
The Jets are going to have 1st and 10. They're going to be on the Cougar 11-yard line. Looked like a screen pass that just went bad a while ago as Jacob Lee just threw it right between the 5 and the 1. Defense on the field for the Cougars. There's a run at left end on the carry for Banks, number 10. That's going to be Quintarius Chandler. He's a junior. And that play is going to gain 3 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 7. Banks breaks the huddle. They've got a bunch receiver group to the right side and a single receiver to the left. Handoff is going to be to number 10. That's going to be Quintarius Chandler once again, the junior. And it looks like there may be a loose ball, but no signal yet. And it looks like the Jets are going to maintain the football. Cougars with their backs against their own goal line now. 3rd down and 4. The Jets can get a 1st down without scoring a touchdown. They would have to get the ball down to about the 2-yard line. Quarterback rolling to his right, got a man open in the end zone. Pass is going to be incomplete. As they roll the quarterback to his right, he's looking in the end zone, had a man open, but just overthrew him. The intended receiver for the Banks Jets, number 1, Josh Bonner. Bonner unable to reel the play in. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. So this could be a big stop for the Cougars after the Jacob Lee interception. Fourth down. We'll call it a long 3 yards to go. Then again, the Jets can get a 1st down without scoring a touchdown. And whistles on the play. It looks like the referees are going to just stop play right here. Let's see what the... Okay, so they're throwing a football out. Don't like that one. And a field goal is upcoming. Okay, so that's what we got going on. They put the kicking ball in the game. It's going to be a left-footed kicker. There's the snap. Kick is going to be up, and it looks like it's going to be good, and it is. So the scoreboard is now up and operational, but we don't have the time correct on the thing. But the first team to score here in the first quarter is going to be the Jets, so we'll take a break and come back. The score is Banks Academy 3, Escambia Academy nothing. We'll take a 1-minute break and come back. You're listening to Escambia Academy Cougar Football on WBZR Atmore. You may be watching on either YouTube or Facebook.
Here's some good policy from your local agent and Auto Owners Insurance. When your insurance policy comes to us, it comes with something extra, a real person. Don't buy from an insurance company with an 800 number and a voicemail menu. Auto Owners Insurance operates exclusively through local independent agencies here to help you 24/7. Now that's good policy.
This is Larry White Insurance Agency at 430 Palafox Street in Fulmerton, or call 296-2471. Why buy at Johnson Ford? We put our customers' wants and needs first. We respect your time and offer a stress-free approach to selling cars. This is reflected in our winning Ford President's Award 5 years consecutively. From sales to service, we do everything we can to achieve the highest level of customer service. We are proud to be the premier Ford dealership in this area. We invite you to come by and see us at 1828 South Main Street in Atmore to experience the no-hack, best price, worst way of doing business. Stop by and see Jim Johnson and the staff, or give them a call, 251-368-2135.
Welcome back as we continue play here in the first quarter of this game between the Escambia Academy Cougars and Banks Academy from Birmingham. Banks with a 3-0 lead. Still no time on the clock on the scoreboard, but we do have a scoreboard that is lit up and operational. hopefully here momentarily shortly they'll be able to get numbers on there and we'll be able to see what's actually going on. Cougars with the football for the second time in the ball game. They'll have the ball on offense, and they start in about the same spot that they started back on their first possession. First down and 10 from their own 30-yard line. Trips to the right side. Single wide out to the left and movement up front. And it looks like Banks is going to jump off sides. That'll give the Cougars 5 free yards. Officiating crew's going to get together and talk about it, and it does look like, let's see what we got. Nobody's moving yet. Yeah, they're going to move the ball 5 steps forward, so it'll be a 5-yard penalty. That'll be a dead ball offsides against Banks. So that'll bring up a first down and 5. First down and 5 for the Escambia Academy Cougars from the 35-yard line. There's the snap. There's a throw going to be down the far sideline. Ball's going to be knocked out of bounds, knocked out of the hands of the intended receiver. So a little play action pass as they fake to Christian Crook up the middle and then try to hit a receiver that's set up to the left side on a go route. But the cornerback was right with him. He was well covered on the play. Trips to the right, single wide receiver to the left. Jacob Lee, the quarterback, in the backfield. Christian Crook's back there with him. There's the snap. High snap going to be handled. Christian Crook with the football. They're trying to pull the ball away from him. He's going to have enough for a first down if he hangs on to the football, and it looks like he does. A gain of 7 on second down is going to be a first down and 10 for the Cougars, and that'll move the chains. We do have an operational 25-second clock. Well, we've got 25 seconds up on the 25-second clock, but I don't believe they're operational yet, as the clock has been put in motion, but there's no motion from the clock. Trips right, single receiver to the left, bubble screen, and it's going to be incomplete. Kind of took a peek upfield before we actually caught the football. The intended receiver right there for Escambia Academy, number 8, Carson Wilson, the 11th grader. And he took a little peek to see where the defense was, and just that little peek cost him a reception. Trip receivers to the right, single wide receiver to the left. Christian Crook in the backfield with quarterback Jacob Lee. There's the snap. Handoff is going to be to Crook. Right up the middle. Little or nothing on second down and 10. Play actually is going to lose 2 yards. It'll be now third down and 12 for the Cougars. Ball goes all the way back to near the 40-yard line.
Third and 11 from the 41.
Cougars now have a slot to the right-hand side and a slot to the left. Christian Crook remains in the ball game at running back. Jacob Lee remains in the shotgun. There's the snap. Jay looking downfield to throw. He's going to be flushed and just taken down. A middle rush just comes right up the gut. And Lee is going to be thrown for a big loss. And so the Cougars will have to punt on fourth down and a bunch. So 55 was the Demarion Daniels for the Jets of Banks Academy. Makes a good play on the defensive side of the football. Throws Jacob Lee for a big loss, and now it's fourth down and a whole bunch. Looks like, I'm just guessing. Looks like it's going to be in the neighborhood of about 24 yards. Punts away. Fair catch called for and going to be received at about the 38-yard line. That's where Banks will have it first down and 10. And so we'll keep it right here rather than go back to the station as we just kind of, we're getting everything loose and getting into the rhythm of doing a football game after all the stuff that we had going on pregame with all the rain and the lightning and things going on. We're just glad to be on the air with y'all tonight. And like I say, there's a lot of area schools here in this area of the country. Flomaton, Escambia County, also J.U. Blackshear and Urine. All those schools are playing games tonight rather than tomorrow night because evidently the state, and my understanding is that the state moved some 90 or so games from Friday night to Thursday night for the purpose of getting them in the books because of the advent of the weather that's supposed to be coming in tomorrow night. I don't know whether it is going to rain tomorrow or not, but what I do know is the rain that I drove in today coming to this ball game tonight was pretty incredible. And like I say, I've never really, I've been through a lot. You know, you live in South Alabama, you've been through a lot of thunderstorms and things like that, but the rain that we got there for about a 45-minute to a 1 hour period before it settled down and stopped was absolutely incredible. I mean, at one time I was going down the road and it was actually raining sideways. It was, and it was, I'm not even sure that there were drops. I think it was just a sheet of rain. Banks Academy with the football. They'll have the football first down and 10 at their own 39-yard line. It'll be first down and 10. And they're trying to get help in the press box now to run the clock. As we've got a 25-second clock operator that is provided by the state, the Alabama High School Athletic Association refereeing crew out of Mobile County. They've got a clock operator here, but the clock operator does not run the actual game clock. Primarily what that clock operator runs is he watches the white hat and runs the 25-second clock. And so somebody else will actually run the scoreboard. And so they're trying to get someone into the press box that's got knowledge about the scoreboard so they can get time up there and it won't be as difficult to follow this ball game as we continue moving on this Thursday night. We'll try to update you also on scores that come in through the night. I got access to AL.com and we're trying to keep an eye on scores, and then I've got my buddy Rick, who is normally here doing ball games with me on Friday night. Rick's a little under the weather tonight, so he had to stay home, but one of the things that he is going to do while he's sitting at home is I'm still going to work him, is he's going to provide me with some game scores as he can find them, because he's probably sitting there with his laptop in his lap. Quarterback on the carry going around right in, and he's going to have running room enough for a first down. Looks like he's going to gain about 15 yards on the carry. Finally gets knocked out of bounds at about the 45-yard line. Actually, they call it the 44. Clock is going to remain running as they say that he stayed in bounds, and so they're winding the clock. According to the game clock, we're now at 5:07 to go first quarter. The score is Banks 3, Escambia Academy nothing. Handoff is going to be to the deep back in the Banks offense. He had two blockers up in front, and they run off right tackle. Pretty good job there by the Cougar defense. It looks like they stopped the play for minimal gain, if anything at all. Maybe about, not quite a yard, just about a half yard. Braden Phillips, number 50, on the tackle for the Cougars. Here comes the quarterback coming this way. He's just going to take a good tackle there on defense. Good job on defense, and hopefully, as they come with number 9 on the carry, and a good job there by a host of Cougars, led by number 9, Luke Bell. So, number 9, Keena Creer on the carry for Banks. And everybody kind of knew what they were doing. They direct snapped it to the quarterback, and here they came, and they were trying to get the ball around left end, but were just unable to, as the Cougar defense stands up right there and makes a big play. Ball all the way back to the 49-yard line. Bunch receivers to the right, single receiver to the left, looking to throw. Ball's going up the middle, and it falls harmlessly incomplete. So a good defensive stand there by the Cougars. That's going to bring up 4th down, and the punting unit's coming on for Banks. And to be honest with you, this is only our 2nd game of the season. Had the Cougars last week at Clarke Prep, but that series of plays on defense, probably the most inspired that they've played all year long. That was really a good series. And, you know, if you watch a lot of football like I do on Saturdays, and you've been around high school football for as long as I have, coaches will always tell you that their best improvement, your biggest improvement of a high school football team or any football team, is between week 1 and week 2, and the Cougars are showing that tonight as they are playing inspired right now and playing a whole lot better than what they showed us last week in Grove Hill at Clarke Prep. Penalty flag has been thrown. I believe that's going to be probably just a warning, probably a sideline warning to the Cougars. Looks like Coach Brandon Wilcox is a little, everybody's got to back up. And that's what it is. They're not going to mark off a penalty. It's just a sideline warning. Now, what they usually do in high school football is they will throw the flag. They will give you the first one will be the warning. Well, the second one's going to cost you 5 yards. And I'll tell you a little bit about the play. The reason they throw that flag is if you're watching on video and you see where the near side wing official is standing, that box that's on the field right there, and there's a terrible punt. Does a good job just to, and one of the Banks players tried to pick it up and advance it. Well, you can't do that. That'll be down right there. But anyway, getting back to the explanation, the reason you keep that box clear and the referees throw that penalty is because it's for the safety of the officials. As they run up and down the field when these plays are going on, the last thing you want to do is get ear-holed by a big number 61 on the sideline because you're watching the play and not paying attention to what's going on the field. Anyway, after the punt, Cougars are going to have good field position. It's going to be 1st down and 10 Cougars on their own 39-yard line. Cougars going left to right. 3-0 the score. Banks Academy in the lead. There's the snap. Jacob Lee takes the snap. Handoff is going to be straight up the middle. Good running room there. Ball comes out across the 45 to about the 46-yard line. On the carry for the Cougars, number 2, Ty McCants. Ty McCants is a 9th grader in the game for these Cougars. So it's going to be 2nd down and 4 now. The tail of the football is right on the 45. Trips to the right, single wide receiver to the left. Jacob Lee, there's a lot of motion as the Cougars use the cadence on 2nd down to draw the Jets offside. And so that is going to be an offside penalty against the Jets, and they'll mark it all 5 yards. Offsides against the Jets, 5-yard penalty. That's going to be enough yardage for a Cougar 1st down. So the chains are going to move, and the Cougars are going to have a 1st down and 10. The ball in Jets territory now at the 49-yard line. 1st down and 10. near the midfield stripe. There's Jacob Lee throwing the ball down the near sideline, really overthrows his receiver. And even had the ball been on target, it was pretty good coverage out there by the Banks defender, number 9. And that's Keena Creer. Called Keena's name several times here early in this ball game. 2nd down and 10. Cougars with trips to the right, wide receiver to the left. Christian Crook in the backfield now with Jacob Lee. Lee from the shotgun moves his back. Now he's going to hand off, but he's going to blitz as number 1 comes from the other side, Josh Bonner, and just blows that play up. It's going to lose yardage. So play loses 3 yards. It'll be 3rd down and 13. The ball backed up inside Cougar territory again at the 48-yard line. And whistles on the field, and that's going to be a timeout called by the Cougars, and we'll take a timeout with them. With 2:04 remaining in the first quarter, the score, Banks Academy 3, Escambia Academy nothing. You're listening to Cougar Football on WBZR Atmore, or you may be watching on either Facebook or YouTube.
Diamond Gasoline stations with locations all over South Alabama and Northwest Florida wish all the local teams in the area good luck this football season. Thank you for making Diamond Gasoline your choice for quality fuels and convenience items. Diamond Gasoline is proud to support this broadcast and be a part of the community. And remember, fill your tank and save your green at Diamond Gasoline. Whether selling or buying home, lot, land, or commercial property in both Alabama and Florida, you need to see the fine folks at Southern Real Estate. Debbie Rowell, owner and broker, and agent David Dobson are ready to assist you with any real estate needs. Located at 800 East Nashville Avenue in Atmore and at southernrealestate.org on the web, they are just a phone call away at 251-368-4397. Choosing the right realtor makes all of the difference. See Southern Real Estate.
Welcome back as the Cougars with the football. Pass thrown behind the intended receiver by Jacob Lee. And so on 4th down and 13 yards to go at midfield, Jacob Lee tries to throw a slant pass to a wide receiver. That falls incomplete as Lee didn't lead him. He threw behind him. And so the intended receiver on that play was S.T. Clarke. S.T. was not able to reel in that pass from Jacob Lee. And that's going to bring up a punting situation for the Cougars. They had a couple blocked last week. So we got to improve on our keeping people out on these punts. There's a snap, good snap. People are coming. Oh, it's a fake. Jacob Lee with the football. He's got, he's not going to get enough yardage as Jacob Lee takes it. And he just takes off with the football, took the snap, and just took off, but he's going to be short of a 1st down. So that'll be a 1st down for the Jets at their own 44-yard line after the fake punt failed there on behalf of the Cougars. It was definitely a surprise, but it just didn't quite work. The Cougars had a long way to go. They had 13 yards to go on 4th down. And with a 3-0 game, probably would have been better off just punting the football away. But I don't know whether that was a called fake or whether, and there's the ball's on the ground. Cougars have got to make a play there, as they finally do. They corral up the back, and they need to let him go after the whistles. As number 6 for Banks Academy, Anthony Ruffin, the quarterback for Banks, took the snap, actually dropped it, then picked it back up, and the Cougars were able to corral him. And even with the drop snap and everything, the play only loses 1 yard, but at least it did lose and not gain, so it's 2nd down and 11. 2nd down and 11 for Banks, the ball at the 43-yard line. Banks with a slot to the right, just a little short slot, and there's a good play on defense by the Cougars. As they come up and field, the safety and a linebacker just comes up and fields and able to make a good tackle. That play's not going to gain very much, maybe just a yard. Back to the original line of scrimmage. It's going to be a 3rd down now, 3rd down and 10, the nose of the football at the Banks 45-yard line. Actually, they do give a little bit of gain across the original line of scrimmage, but it's going to be a long 9. 3rd down and a long 9 for Banks. There's the snap, looking to throw. He overthrows his man. Yeah, I'm not sure what the flag is. I just couldn't imagine that being pass interference. That ball was 10 yards further than the receiver was. They call it okay, so it's going to be holding up. Nope, they signal it now. The white hat called, at first he signaled it against the offense, but it was not. Clearly what was called was it was defensive holding against the cornerback on the wide receiver. So that's going to be a 10-yard penalty from the line of scrimmage. And the nose of the football is going to be out across the 45-yard line down to the 44. It's going to be a 1st down. So they've got to move the chains. And so the near side referee calls the hold on the defense, so he's not making any friends on the Cougar sideline. As I imagine that, because I've been in that position before, he's probably getting an earful right now from Coach Wilcox and the rest of the Cougar coaching
Kansas King on the tackle for the Cougars. That's the end of the 1st quarter with the score: the Jets 3, Cougars 0.
Be ready!
defense looking back to the south goal line now as we flip things around. Great stuff, Sam. Across the 40-yard line down to near the Cougar 35. Doesn't look like it's going to be enough for a first down. He's going to be short, but it'll be third down. Third down, the ball spotted on the 36, but looks like there's a penalty flag on the play. And the way the reaction of the crowd and the Cougars are looking here, it's going to be against Banks, and it's going to back them up. It's going to be a holding call against the offense. So that'll be a spot of the foul penalty. So from where the flag is being picked up, we'll count backwards 10 yards, and we will replay second down. So second down now, as the ball comes all the way across the 45 out to near the 50 to the 49-yard line. And that's going to be a second down now and 14 for Banks. Cougars playing a lot better defensively here early in this game, only trailing by a score of 3-0. Just need a break. Trips to the left-hand side. They hand off straight ahead to the back. Good defensive play there. On the tackle there for the Cougars, number 8. That's going to be Carson Wilson. He comes up and makes a lick, and a host of other Cougars drag the back down. Third down and 11, the ball spotted at the Cougar 45. The nose of the football right on the 45-yard line. Trips to the left, single wide receiver to the right. Quarterback's going to take the snap. He's looking downfield, looking to throw. Now he's going to take it up the middle. That was not a designed quarterback run. It looked like he just saw nobody open and pulled it down and took off. It's not going to pick up enough for a first down, so it is going to be a fourth down. And the Cougars need to take over the ball on downs right here. There is a personnel grouping coming in for Banks Academy. Looks like they're going to punt. As a fourth down and 4 now. Fourth down and 4. The ball inside the Cougar 40-yard line down at about the 38. No, they've got offensive guys on the field. There's a snap. Ball's going to drop on the ground. Got to get back there and get on the quarterback, and they do, and the Cougars are going to take over on downs. First down and 10 is number 9. Looked like he just looked up and took a peek a little early. The snap was low. Keena Creer dropped the football on the ground, then had to pick it up, and a host of Cougars got in there, and the play actually loses yards, and the Cougars will take over first down and 10. Trying to get you some scores from around the area. Chickasaw leading J.U. Blackshear up in Uri right now. The score, Chickasaw 20, Blackshear 7. Other scores around, Cottage Hill 7, Flomaton nothing. That was a first quarter score that we had. Cougars with the football. Jacob Lee trying to take the snap and go left, and he's unable to do so. As somebody shot a gap. And Jacob Lee is going to be pulled down on the tackle for Banks Academy, number 3. That's going to be Comadre Coleman. So that play loses 7 yards for the Cougars. It'll be second down and 17. And Comadre Coleman came all the way from his safety position. It looked like he was just kind of spying the quarterback. The quarterback was his responsibility. Jacob Lee, the quarterback, he's going to drop the football. It's going to be on the ground, and mad scramble for the ball, and the Jets are going to take over and recover the fumble. They're going to take over first down and 10. So the weather having a little factor, the weather that we had earlier, having a little factor on this game as the ball is wet and slippery, and both teams having a hard time hanging on to it, especially from these shotgun snaps. First down and 10. Banks Academy with the football. Ball's going to be spotted at the Cougar 30-yard line. Cougars will be back on defense. 3-0 the score. 8:51 to go here in the first half. There's the snap. Handoff is going to be to number 10. He breaks the first tackle, breaks another tackle. He's still going around left end, and finally, he's going to be knocked down. Clock is running as he stays in bounds. But 2 missed tackles. Number 10, Quintarius Chandler, goes around left end and gets enough for a first down. And Quintarius he's built kind of robust for a running back. And to be as big as he is, he's got a low center of gravity, and he's got good speed as he bounced off a couple of tackles and just went around left end. Quarterback now underneath center. Handoff is going to be straight up the middle. What looked like what we used to call kind of old fullback at zero. But he wasn't a fullback, just a single back. So he goes right up the middle, but a good gain there on first down as the play gains 8 yards. It'll be second down and 2. Ball's all the way down inside the 10-yard line. Handoff is going to be to number 1. He's got speed. He gets into the end zone for a touchdown. So on the carry is number 1, Josh Bonner. Bonner goes in from about 7 yards out for a Jets touchdown. So with 7:34 remaining here in the first half, the score is Banks Academy 9, Escambia Academy nothing.
That's 2 ejections.
Flags on the play.
There are flags down on the play, so there's conversation. So let's see if the touchdown itself is going to stand. And this is a lengthy discussion. They do signal touchdown, so the touchdown is going to stand. Looks like it's going to be unsportsmanlike. Unsportsmanlike conduct against the Jets. What it is something was said or done after the touchdown was scored to get the unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. So what they'll do is they'll count the touchdown since it happened after the play. So the touchdown will be good. It'll be now 9-0. And then they will mark off the penalty on the ensuing kickoff. Point after touchdown is coming. There's the snap. The kick is up. The kick is going to be good. So with 7:34 left to go here in the first half, the score is Banks Academy 10, Escambia Academy nothing. We'll take a break and come back. You're listening to Cougar Football on WBZR 105.9 FM in Atmore, or you may be watching on either Facebook or YouTube.
Every neighborhood is different. Every home unique. But one thing is for sure. Everywhere you go, you'll find people who take pride in their homes. Indoors, outdoors, they're always working on something. At your local ACE, we're proud to play our part in the communities we serve. And we want you to know that whatever projects you're planning, whether they're big or small, we'll be there. Have a question? Come in and ask. Our associates will be glad to help. They'll show you everything you'll need to get started. Give you friendly tips and expert advice on getting great results. Helpful ways to help you save time and money. Painting a room a new color. Getting the lawn just right. From changing porch light to hanging pictures on the wall. If you need help, your local Ace is just minutes away. Stop by today. Ace, the helpful place.
See Bondurant Lumber and Hardware with locations in and that more.
Welcome back as Escambia Academy is trailing Banks Academy on this Thursday night edition of Cougar football because of inclement weather that's supposed to be coming in tomorrow night. This game was moved to this Thursday night, as have games from around the area been moved, and we'll try to keep you updated on scores as we're able to get them. Banks is going to kick off. There's an end-over-end kick that's going to be dropped and then picked back up. And McCants on the return for the Cougars brings it out to about the 30-yard line before being knocked off his feet. There was an attempt at an opportunity for a block there, and I heard some people saying that somebody for the Cougars should have blocked. I'm almost glad he didn't, because that would have been one of those blocks that if somebody just caught that out of the corner of their eye, the way the pursuing kickoff team guy was coming, that could have almost been considered blindside. And that's one thing that if you've paid attention to any kind of football, whether it college and high school, if you pay any attention at all, you know that they're trying to get the blindside block out of the game. Back in the day, we used to refer to those as slobber knockers, and they were legal, but not any longer. Holding is going to be the call. That's going to be against the Cougars as the white hat threw his flag. Penalty is going to be declined. That'll bring up with the loss on the play, that's going to be a 2nd down and 12 now for EA. 7:16 to go in the first half. Cougars trailing in the ballgame by a score of 10-0 to Banks Academy out of Birmingham. Cougars with slot receivers set right and left. Single set back in the backfield with Jacob Lee. That's going to be Christian Crook. There's the ball on the ground again. And it looks like Banks is going to recover it, and they are. So there again, the wet ball plaguing the Cougars on offense. As it went between the outstretched hands of Jacob Lee, ball's on the ground, Jets get it, and it'll be 1st down and 10 Jets with 6:52 remaining here in the first half. Cougars trailing 10-0, and the Jets are going to take over the ball in Cougar territory. Ball's going to be spotted on about the 25-yard line, maybe the 26, actually the 26. Slot wide receivers to the right, single wide receiver to the left. Quarterback underneath the center. There's going to be the handoff to big number 10. He's going to bust up the middle. And finally, that's going to be Quintarius Chandler. And it's going to be enough for a Jets 1st down. So the Jets will have a 1st down and 10. And they're knocking on the door of their own goal line as they get the ball inside the 15-yard line. It's going to be spotted down on about the 12. Actually, the scoreboard has it as the 13. 1st and 10 from the Cougar 13. Same play, handoff up the middle to big number 10, So number 10 is Quintarius Chandler. Chandler gaining good yards on 1st down. He's going to gain 7 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 3. Ball now inside the 10-yard line, spotted down on about the 6 or 7. Looks like it's closer to the 6. Clock running. 5:47 to go first half. Banks Academy Jets with the football. They're knocking on the door. Somebody moves. See if that's going to be a Cougar infraction or a Banks infraction. A lot of discussion. I don't know what it is about this crew. I guess they're just being very precise, but dead ball, false start against Banks, so that's going to back them up. It's going to back them up 5 yards. Yeah, the a lot of precision, I guess, that would be a way to describe it. I mean, they're very meticulous about if they have a penalty or whatever, and there's a timeout on the field, we'll take a timeout as well. 5:34 to go here in the first half. The score, Banks Academy 10, Escambia Academy nothing. We'll take a 1-minute break and come back. You're listening to Cougar Football on WBZR 105.9 FM in Atmore, or you may be watching on either Facebook or YouTube.
The Heat Sports Grill and 30 Below Ice Cream, located at 1 Main Street in Atmore, invite you in. From appetizers and sides to their famous bone-in or boneless chicken wings, or one of their fan favorites, delicious burgers, sandwiches, or hot dogs. And don't forget to leave room for dessert. The Heat Sports Grill has Wing Wednesdays, $1 bone-in from 5 to 8, and college football Saturdays, it's $1 bone-in all day. They open 11 a.m. Monday through Saturday. You can call ahead, 251-308-4238, or order online. The Heat Sports Grill and 30 Below Ice Cream, 110 North Main, Atmore.
No visit to Atmore is complete until you've experienced Gather. The Gather restaurant, located at 111 West Nashville Avenue in Atmore, has become the premier location for an incredible dining experience. From delectable appetizers and perfectly seasoned steaks to scrumptious dessert choices, your mouth is sure to water just thinking about your next trip to Gather. Great food, incredible service, and an authentic Southern charm will have you coming back again and again. Gather is open Tuesday through Saturday from 4 p.m. till 9 p.m. The Gather restaurant is a proud sponsor of Escambia Academy Cougar Athletics.
Welcome back to Cougar Football on this Thursday night. 5:34 to go here in the second quarter as we working our way toward halftime. 10-0 the score. Banks with the lead and the football, as the wet football has created havoc for the Cougars on offense. They've lost a couple of fumbles here recently, and it's cost them. There's Quintarius Chandler. The ball comes out. So Cougars with a convoy as they go down the sideline. Number 8 is going to run down. Boy, number 8 is fast for Banks. Isaac Smith runs down Ty McCants. McCants picks up the fumble and carries the ball down the field. So a big play for the Cougars there defensively. And the Cougars are going to have the ball first down and 10 inside or first down and goal inside the 5. Looks like the ball is going to be spotted on about the Cougar 3 or the Banks 3-yard line. Got an injury for Banks. But that ball clearly came out and was scooped by number 2 for the Cougars, and that's going to be Ty McCants. McCants, a 9th grader, went a long way down the field with the football. But I'll tell you one thing, though, number 8, Isaac Smith for Banks Academy, dude has got some speed. I mean, he ran down Ty with the football, and I mean, he was gaining ground on him at an incredibly rapid rate. So anyway, there's discussion on the field. I don't think there's a penalty. There's not a penalty flag. Coaches are out there and they're just checking on the injury. Injured players making his way off. Coach Brandon Wilcox showing a lot of class right there as he went out to check on the Banks player. And so the Cougars are going to have the ball first down and goal inside their own 5. Looks like it's going to be spotted down at about the 3. But what was incredible to me was to see Cougar player Ty McCants, number 2, with the football, and then to see him just absolutely walked down by Isaac Smith of Banks Academy. Because McCants is fast, but he's not that fast. He's not Isaac Smith fast. That was a different level of speed right there. Of course, there's a little bit of difference in age too, because Ty McCants is a 9th grader. So he's still got some growing and some speed left to find. Cougars with the football, first down and 10, looking at their own end zone. Closest they've been there to that point in a while. Jacob Lee at quarterback. Christian Crook behind him. Handoff is going to be a lot of indecision right there. And I mean, I'm going to tell you that. I mean, I'll say this: this isn't a strike at the Cougars coaching staff by any means. None whatsoever, but I'm kind of an old school guy when it comes to play calling and stuff like that. I don't understand, I never have, why offenses and offenses up and down, it doesn't matter what level of football you're watching, whether it be college or high school or even peewee, why you would put a quarterback in the pistol or the shotgun, snap the ball to the 6-yard line when you're on the 3 and you only got to go 3 yards to the goal line. I mean, I would put if nothing else, put my quarterback in there up underneath center. Let's run quarterback sneak on pressure or whatever and just try to get the ball into the end zone. But when you snap that ball backwards, bad things happen. And even tonight, we've seen it time and time again, a couple of times that the Cougars have had the football where the ball has just gone through the quarterback's hands and onto the ground. So I know coaches have their own philosophies, and if I was coaching it, then or was able to coach it, I'd be down there instead of up here. But I mean, I'm just saying that it seems like sometimes that it's kind of counterproductive. I mean, I know if you watched the LSU Florida State game the other night, Florida State, got beat up a little bit because they lost a fumble where they pitched the ball at the 3-yard line. Jacob Lee breaks the tackle, and he's going to take the ball into the end zone. Touchdown for the Cougars as they faked to number 3, Christian Crook. Kind of a run-pass option. Jacob Lee made the right call, pulled the football out of Crook's belly, and took it around left end and into the end zone for the Cougars. So the Cougars get on the scoreboard for the first time tonight. And, of course, that came after the big scoop, the scooped fumble that took the ball down inside the 5 to the Banks 3-yard line. So the Cougars are able to capitalize on the fumble recovery. Jacob Lee and the offense stay on the field. They're looking for a 2-point conversion, and he throws a pick. And so the point after touchdown is going to be no good. So with 4:27 left to go in the first half, the score is Banks Academy 10, the Escambia Academy Cougars 6. We'll take a break and come back. You're listening to Cougar Football on WBZR 105.9 FM in Atmore, or you may be watching on either Facebook or YouTube. Welcome back as we continue with play here in the first half. 4:27 to go here in the first half of play. Cougars finally get on the scoreboard. 10-6 the score. Banks still leading, but the Cougars feeling a little better about themselves right now as they're able to get the ball into the end zone. Looking around at some different scores as we're trying to keep you updated on some scores that were played or that are being played tonight. With 3 minutes, 23 seconds left to go in the first half. Cottage Hill 13, Flomaton 8. That game is going on our sister station, WPFL 105.1 FM in Flomaton. So Cottage Hill 13, Flomaton 8, still in the first half. Cougars with the kick. Ball's going to be fielded on about the 29-yard line. Comes out across to near the 40. That's where Banks will have the ball first down and 10 on offense. Still looking at scores, nothing on the Escambia County High School Blue Devils game yet in Atmore. Of course, they're playing NFL quarterback Phillip Rivers, former NFL quarterback Phillip Rivers, his group from St. Michael's, a very good football team from Baldwin County. They're in Atmore tonight taking on Escambia County. The Blue Devils 2-0 and 2-0 for the first time in a long time. There's the football's going to be handed off to the back. He's got running room around left end, still on his feet and finally knocked down. As on the carry for Banks Academy is number 1. And Banks' number 1 is Josh Bonner. Bonner's got a little bit of speed. The senior, 5'9", 170-pounder, takes the ball around left end and gets the ball into Cougar territory. It'll be first down and 10 for the Jets at the Cougar 30-yard line. Cougars need to do something here defensively. Handoff is going to be right up the middle, but a good job there by the Cougar defense as they make contact immediately with the running back and knock him off his feet. That was again number 1 on the carry for Banks, Josh Bonner, but Bonner got met immediately. Gain of a yard, second down and 9 for the Jets. 3:20 and counting here in the first half. Jets with the lead in the football. 10-6 the score, Banks Academy ahead. Everybody moved except for the center. That's probably going to be, what do they call that, a snap infraction? That looked like one of those old trick plays where everybody moved and the center just kind of snapped it to himself and took off with the football. But I don't think it's legal. It's going to be dead ball, illegal procedure. Yeah, I knew it was illegal, but that's exactly what it looked like. It looked like the center just, everybody moved but the center. So everybody, 10 guys knew the count, and the center didn't. Now, how the center doesn't realize what the count is kind of hard for me to imagine, but wide receiver grouping to the left. Quarterback is going to be a little wide receiver screen. Makes a man miss. Still looking for blocks. On his feet. Finally gets hit hard. Play gains some of the lost yardage back due to the penalty. It's going to be a 3rd down and 8 for the Jets. Ball inside the 30-yard line of the Cougars down to about the 28-yard line. The Jets will have to make the Cougars 20 to get a first down. Clock still running, 2:20 to go here in the first half. Cougars trailing in the ball game by a score of 10-6. There's the snap. Ball's on the ground. Picks it up, looking for running room. Got to make a tackle on him, and they do. So there's the wet football again coming into play, but it's coming into play to help the Cougars at that point in time. So that's now going to bring up fourth down in what appears to be about, let's see, they keep backing the yard marker back. It looks like it's going to be about 6 yards. Fourth down and 16. So fourth down and about 16 yards to go and a timeout on the field. We'll take a timeout with them with 1:34 left to go first half. The score, Banks Academy 10, Escambia Academy 6. We'll be back. You're listening to Cougar Football on WBZR at Moore, or you may be watching on either Facebook or YouTube.
Juniper Creek Lumber is a family-owned and operated sawmill operation with locations in Uri, Alabama, and Blountstown, Florida. Juniper Creek Lumber specializes in turning storm recovery logs into custom-cut lumber for use in a variety of building projects. We have longleaf pine, juniper, white cedar, cypress, and hardwood. And who wouldn't love authentic heart pine beams or new heartwood flooring custom-cut to your need and specification. Check us out on Facebook or call Greg Fralick at 251-254-414 or Cooper Dean at 252-8100. That's Greg Fralick at 251-254-414 or Cooper Dean at 252-8100 for Juniper Creek Lumber, Southern Best.
Welcome back, Banks Academy. There's going to be a penalty flag thrown on the play, and I thought that was just good defense. He was just running with the receiver, and the ball hit the defender for the Cougars had position. I mean, he was running with the intended receiver just like he was supposed to, and the ball hit the Cougar defender, but they're calling pass interference against the Cougars. And that's just, I don't agree with it. Of course, there's nothing I can do about it, but just disagree with it. But that's going to give, I believe, that's going to give Banks a first down. It'll be a 15-yard penalty for the pass interference and an automatic first down. Looked like good defense from where I was. I mean, I was looking at it, and the Cougar defender was just running with the intended receiver. Didn't see any hand fighting, didn't see anything going on. The ball was a little bit underthrown, thrown to the inside, and the ball actually hit the Cougar defender, but pass interference was called. So that's going to give the Jets a first down after the penalty yardage is marked off. Pass interference against the Cougars. First down and 10. Ball's going to be down at the Cougars' 20-yard line now. Clock running with 1:25, or actually stopped now because of the penalty, but 1:25 to go here in the first half. Handoff is going to be right up the middle to number 1. Spins his way down. Not going to be enough for a first down, but looks like he's going to gain 5 or 6 yards. That's going to be Josh Bonner on the carry. Clock running with 1:06 to go until halftime. And the Cougars just trying to get a defensive stop here and keep the Jets out of the end zone before the half. Quarterback under center. Handoff is going to be to the first back through. A good job there on defense by the Cougars as they spun the running back around at the line of scrimmage, and then he fell backwards. And timeout on the field is going to be called by the Jets. And so they're going to talk about what they want to run on offense to try to get the ball into the end zone. Inside a minute, 39.4 seconds to go here in the first half. 10-6 the score. Cougars trailing Banks Academy of Birmingham. Cougars have just had some unfortunate offensive plays come their way tonight because of the wet football. They've dropped the ball a couple of times and put it on the ground. And of course they've recovered a fumble themselves and got the ball into the end zone. So the wet fumble is wreaking havoc on both sides of the ball. I will say this, after seeing last week's game at Clarke Prep, the Cougars have improved from last week, playing better tonight. But, of course, a wet football just adds a whole different dynamic to the football game. Quarterback sneak right up the middle. And it looks like he's going to have, he's going to have enough for a first down, so Banks is going to get a first down. And another timeout taken by Banks with 30.8 seconds to go here in the first half. We'll stay here as Banks is trying to score prior to going in at halftime. Still trying to get scores from around and about, so if you got them, you can text me with them if you got my number. One of the scores that we do have is Cottage Hill was ahead of Flomaton 13-8. J.U. Blackshear was at one time and probably still are, it looks like, trailing Chickasaw by a score of 20-7. That game going on up in Uri at J.U. Blackshear. And those are the only two scores we have right now as we look around. Of course, we've got access to some other things. Of course, if you just follow high school football from around the state, up in North Alabama, Piedmont 21, Plainview 7 at the half, Coleman 10, Decatur 10, that in the second quarter. Decatur Heritage 21, Coosa Christian 14. That game is probably at halftime by now. Ramsey 7, Pleasant Grove 6. That game's at the half. Here's the snap. Got a man open. It's going to be picked off. So the Cougars are going to turn the Jets away as the Jets try to throw the ball into the end zone. And that pass is picked off with 23.9 seconds to go, so the Cougars are going to have the ball first down and 10, but they're going to be backed up in the shadow of their own goal post. And they're just going to try to get to halftime, I'm sure. Probably nothing very dynamic offensively going to be taking place for the Cougars. And they certainly need to be careful because of the propensity to fumble this wet football so far in this ball game. They need to be very careful and look that ball in. Jacob Lee in the shotgun. Christian Crook back there with him. Slot receivers set right and left. Snap is going to be to Lee. Going to hand off to Christian Crook. Right up the middle. Got running room. He's going to bounce outside. He's got to hold on to the football, though. Clock running with 13.7, and it stopped there. So that's going to be a first down for the Cougars. That's why the clock stopped. As soon as they get everything set, the clock will be whistled back into play, and it is under 8, 7, 6. Cougars with the football. Lee looking to throw. Got a man open. Ball falls incomplete. Clock continues to run. Actually, there should be about 3 seconds left on the clock, but they're going to go ahead and let it end as the clock does run out. So we're at the half. The score at halftime, Banks Academy 10, Escambia Academy 6. We're going to take about a 2-minute break and come back, and we'll talk about things around the area, and we'll talk about things that have gone on in this game early on. So we'll just have us a little interlude during halftime and talk about football and other things when we come back. So keep it right here. We're at the half. Banks Academy 10, Escambia Academy 6. You're listening to Cougar Football on WBZR 105.9 FM in Atmore, or you may be watching on either Facebook or YouTube.
Here's some good policy from your local agent and Auto Owners Insurance. When your insurance policy comes from us, it comes with something extra, a real person. Don't buy from an insurance company with an 800 number and a voicemail message. Auto Owners Insurance operates exclusively through local independent agencies here to help you 24/7. Now that's good policy.
Please, Larry White Insurance Agency at 430 Palafox Street in Fulmerton, or call 296-2471. Wi-Fi at Johnson Ford. We put our customers' wants and needs first. We respect your time and offer a stress-free approach to selling cars. This is reflected in our winning Ford President's Award 5 years consecutively. From sales to service, we do everything we can to achieve the highest level of customer service. We are proud to be the premier Ford dealership in this area. We invite you to come by and see us at 1828 South Main Street in Atmore. To experience the know-how, best price, worst way of doing business, stop by and see Jim Johnson and the staff, or give them a call, 251-368-2135. Diamond Gasoline Stations, with locations all over South Alabama and Northwest Florida, wish all the local teams in the area good luck this football season. Thank you for making Diamond Gasoline your choice for quality fuels and convenience items. Diamond Gasoline is proud to support this broadcast and be a part of the community. And remember, fill your tank and save your green. Diamond Gasoline. Whether selling or buying home, lots, land, or commercial properties in both Alabama and Florida, you need to see the fine folks at Southern Real Estate. Debbie Rowell, owner and broker, and agent David Dobson are ready to assist you with any real estate needs. Located at 800 East Nashville Avenue in Atmore and at southernrealestate.org on the web, they are just a phone call away at 251-368-4397. Choosing the right realtor makes all of the difference. See Southern Real Estate.
Welcome back to Escambia Academy in Canoe, Alabama, on this Thursday night edition of high school football. Of course, we're watching the Escambia Academy Cougars and the Banks Academy Jets, Banks Academy in Birmingham, Alabama. And so they've made a long trip down I-65 from Birmingham to play in this game here tonight. Banks leading at half by a score of 10-6. The Cougars, after last week's loss, 49-15 to Clarke Prep Academy, are 0-1 on the year. Banks Academy, I believe they won last week, and I would have to actually do some more checking on their information, as I've kind of been looking through different stuff. Of course, they played a game last week against. Well, I'm trying to see. It's hard to decipher some of this stuff that I've got, but anyway, Banks played a pretty good game last week. A lot of and I want to tell you one thing. Just in seeing them tonight, okay, so actually they played. Banks did not win last week. They got beat by Patrician Academy, who is a very good football team. Patrician Academy 35, Banks Academy 7, and but Banks is loaded with athletes, and they've got some speed on the football field. They've got a running back that had over 150 yards rushing last week in the game in a losing effort against Patrician. So they've got some ball players, and right now they're leading these Cougars by a score of 10-6, and their Cougars find themselves in a battle. But I will say this, Cougars are playing a lot better than what they played last week at Clarke Prep. Last week against Clarke Prep, you could tell the Cougars are a lot younger. This Cougar team is a lot younger than they have been in the past under Coach Hugh Fountain. And Coach Brandon Wilcox has now taken over this Cougar program. He came to Escambia Academy from W.S. Neal High School, where Coach Hugh Fountain now is the head coach. So Coach Wilcox came over here and is kind of in a rebuilding type situation for these Cougars. He's got a young football team, and they will continue as the year progresses to get a little better and better each week. You know, we talked about that, and a lot of coaches in coach speak, they say that coaches always say that the most marked improvement that you will see in a football team is usually from week 1 to week 2, between those two games. And you can see it here tonight as the Cougars are actually playing a lot better, especially on the defensive side of the football. They've made some good stops, and even against a team who really, probably from an athletic standpoint, is a little more gifted. The Cougars have really done a good job and able to hold Banks to just 10 first-half points. So 10-6 the score as we continue moving along here at halftime. And, of course, we're still going to try to get you some scores as they come in. I've got folks out looking. As a matter of fact, I told you earlier about my buddy Rick, who Rick Burkett normally helps me on Friday nights or Thursday nights, whatever the case may be, do these ball games on the radio and on Facebook and YouTube. Rick unable to make it tonight because he's feeling a little under the weather, but he is sitting in his recliner at the house in Mobile with his laptop on his lap, and he's going to be sending me some scores as he's able to track them down and get them. So we'll have those scores for you. And a lot of area teams playing tonight, like we've said. The Flomaton Hurricanes, they're in Flomaton tonight, taking on a Cottage Hill team from Mobile. Also, J.U. Blackshear is in Uri taking on Chickasaw. Haven't heard a score yet from Escambia County High School in Atmore, as the Blue Devils are playing former NFL quarterback Phillip Rivers. If you didn't know it, Phillip Rivers is actually the coach of the St. Mary's team out of Baldwin County in Alabama. So that team is playing in Atmore tonight. Of course, Atmore 2-0 for the first time in a lot of years. They got a big victory the last time they played against a Satsuma team. Escambia County High School put about 55 points on the board, and I don't even think they scored hardly 55 points all last year. Maybe not the previous 2 years. But the Blue Devils looking a lot better under Coach Vincent Harris, as Coach Harris made the trip from Bruton from the T.R. Miller coaching staff down, and he took over an Atmore program that needed an injection of inspiration. And everything that's been going on in Atmore over the past little bit since and thank you, Rick. I gave out the wrong team. Rick just texted me and said, you said St. Mary, but it's St. Michael's. You're absolutely right, and I'm sorry for that. I didn't have anything. I was just going off the top of my head, but it is St. Michael's Catholic School out of Baldwin County and not St. Mary's, even though St. Mary's would fit. But it's St. Michael's, and Coach. And I've totally lost my train of thought, but that's okay too. But anyway, as we continue, we'll take a break, and I'll try to readjust and get things back to going in a positive fashion. We're at halftime here in Canoe. Escambia Academy trailing. They're trailing the Banks Academy Jets by a score of 10-6. Let's take a break and come back. We'll take a 2-minute break and return. You're listening to Cougar Football on WBZR Atmore, or you may be watching on either Facebook or YouTube.
Good evening. This is Greg Albritton, your state senator. It's great to be back under the lights of Friday night football. It's been a long time since I was a player under the same light, but I haven't forgotten the hard work, determination, and teamwork it takes to finish the game with a victory. As your senator, I use these same principles in Montgomery as we compete with other areas of the state for the resources we need. It is my job to see that Escambia County comes out a winner.
Atmore Auto Parts, located at 105 North 2nd Avenue in Atmore, is your local Napa dealer, specializing in automotive parts, farm and agricultural parts, ATV and heavy-duty parts, marine and hydraulic hoses. Atmore Auto Parts is open Monday through Friday from 7 to 5 and on Saturdays 7 to 12. No one knows parts better than the folks at Atmore Auto Parts. So for your next project, call Atmore Auto Parts at 251-368-2148.
Every neighborhood is different. Every home unique. But one thing is for sure. Everywhere you go, you'll find people who take pride in their homes. Indoors, outdoors, they're always working on something. At your local ACE, we're proud to play our part in the communities we serve. And we want you to know that whatever projects you're planning, whether they're big or small, we'll be there. Have a question? Come in and ask. Our associates will be glad to help. They'll show you everything you'll need to get started. Give you friendly tips and expert advice on getting great results. Helpful ways to help you save time and money. Painting a room a new color. Getting the lawn just right. From changing porch light to hanging pictures on the wall. If you need help, your local ACE is just minutes away. Stop by today. ACE, the helpful place.
See Bondurant Lumber and Hardware with locations in Bruton, Century, and Atmore.
And welcome back as we continue to move forward on this Thursday night edition of Escambia Academy Cougar football. And thanks, Rick, for that acknowledgement. I'm not so sure whether it's accurate or not, but and I'll just leave it at that. How about that? But anyway, glad to hear from you guys. And of course, Thursday night, this game was actually moved. It was originally scheduled to be a game tomorrow night, Friday night, as most high school football is. But due to the potential of inclement weather coming in tomorrow, the game was moved to tonight. Somebody said that there were as many as 90 games in the state of Alabama moved because of the potential bad weather that is supposed to come in tomorrow night. Now, you know, I mean, and we've had this conversation. As a matter of fact, my buddy Rick and I we had this conversation on the phone today. And it's just, I guess, the way things are done now, you know, never back in the day, I keep saying this back in the day because I'm old, but never back in the day would you move a game from Friday night to Thursday night because there was rain in the forecast. I mean, rain has always been part of the game, and but there again, you know, and I made this point, and I don't know how valid it may or may not be, but I made this point earlier today that a lot of it has to do with the potential of losing gate money, because people are not going to come out and watch high school football, not unless they're just diehard fans, are not going to come out and watch high school football in the rain. So potentially a school could lose money by not moving the game, even though I can remember, you know, like I said, there again, back in the day, you know, we played, you know, it didn't matter how cold it got. As a matter of fact, I can remember back in 1974 when the Escambia County High School Blue Devils played for a state championship. They had to go to Childersburg. Actually, they went to Pell City to play, and when we were up there playing in that game, I mean, you talk about frigid. I mean, it was the frozen tundra. It kind of reminded you of the old games between the Cowboys and the Packers in the NFL when they played in the Super Bowl that year, and the ground was frozen solid. I mean, I remember it had rained, and there were snow flurries that night up in Pell City. Matter of fact, it got so cold that one of the transformers at the field blew, and they had to move the game. During the middle of the game. We moved some 30 miles from Pell City over to Childersburg and actually finished the game out. That was way back in 1974 when the Blue Devils won a state championship in that year. And I remember that game because in 1974, I was in the 6th grade. And I remember riding in the back of a pickup truck with a camper on it from Atmore to Pell City, Alabama, covered in blankets because it was so cold. And we went up there and watched that game, and I mean, I think I was so miserable that game being a 6th grader that I didn't even finish the game. I actually had to be told who won the game because I sat in the truck during the second part of that game after it was moved because the cold. But anyway, like I say, it's a new era, new thing. People have, I guess, kind of gotten softer over the years, but you know, we want to realign games for inclement weather and things like that. Don't want to play in the cold, don't want to play in the game in the rain, and so we move things around, and that's why we're here playing on this Thursday night instead of Friday. Now, keep in mind, this was the state doing this, and a lot of it has to do probably too with the safety of officiating crews and everything like that. So I'm just gonna, I've said my piece. I do agree with everybody being safe, and but I tell you one thing now, here in the Atmore area, Canoe area, earlier today, beginning at about 4:30, it rained as hard here as I've ever seen it rain anywhere in my life. Without there being some sort of tropical storm or hurricane in the Gulf of Mexico, we got some serious rain here for a little period of time prior to all this going on. So anyway, we're continuing to move forward here at the half, and we've got all kind of things going on around us. Of course, trying to keep you updated on different sports things going on, and not quite time yet. It's 8:38, but I don't have anything going because it looks like the Braves and the Seattle Mariners are set to play. Actually, tonight's Thursday. Okay, so the Braves don't play tonight. They play tomorrow night. The Braves, if you're a baseball guy like I am, the Braves have kind of reeled in the New York Mets, and they're within a half game of the Mets as play will start tomorrow. But the Braves are playing out on the West Coast as they will play the Seattle Mariners in a game that doesn't get underway until 8:40 p.m. tomorrow night. So I kind of got discombobulated with moving this game from Friday to Thursday in my baseball stuff as well. So with no other scores to report right now, and we're trying to get set to come back out for the second half of this ball game, we'll take a 2-minute break and return. The score at the half: Escambia Academy trailing Banks Academy by a score of 10-6. We'll come back. You're listening to Cougar Football on WBZR Atmore. You may be watching on either Facebook or YouTube.
Juniper Creek Lumber is a family-owned and operated sawmill operation with locations in Uri, Alabama, and Blountstown, Florida. Juniper Creek Lumber specializes in turning storm recovery logs into custom-cut lumber for use in a variety of building projects. We have longleaf pine, juniper, white cedar, cypress, and hardwood. And who wouldn't love authentic heart pine beams or new heartwood flooring custom-cut to your need and specification? Check us out on Facebook or call Greg Fralick at 251-254-0414 or Cooper Dean at 251-362-8100. That's Greg Fralick at 251-254-0414 or Cooper Dean at 251-362-8100. For Juniper Creek Lumber, Southern Best.
Doing a pretty good job on defense.
No visit to Atmore is completed until you've experienced Gather. The Gather restaurant, located at 111 West Nashville Avenue in Atmore, has become the premier location for an incredible dining experience. From delectable appetizers and perfectly seasoned steaks to scrumptious dessert choices, your mouth is sure to water just thinking about your next trip to Gather. Great food, incredible service, and an authentic Southern charm will have you coming back again and again. Gather is open Tuesday through Saturday from 4 p.m. till 9 p.m. The Gather restaurant is a proud sponsor of Escambia Academy Cougar Athletics.
The Heat Sports Grill and 30 Below Ice Cream, located at 110 North Main Street in Atmore, invite you in. From appetizers and sides to their famous bone-in or chicken wing, or one of their fan favorites, delicious burgers, sandwiches, or hot dogs. Don't forget to leave room for dessert. The Heat Sports Grill has Wing Wednesdays, $1 bone-in from 5 to 8, and college football Saturdays, it's $1 bone-in all day. They open 11 a.m. Monday through Saturday. You can call ahead, 251-308-4238, or order online. The Heat Sports Grill and 30 Below Ice Cream, 110 North Main, Atmore.
And you need to go by and see them at the Heat Sports Grill or either 30 Below Ice Cream in downtown Atmore. And I'll tell you one thing. I've told this story. I told it last week, but I went in and the other day and got to looking at all the ice cream flavors, and they got a bunch of them, and went down there and saw Hershey's ice cream, and they've got an ice cream flavor that is deep dish apple pie. And I had me a bowl of deep dish apple pie ice cream in the 30 Below ice cream parlor. And man, you talk about incredible. Holy cow, that was some good stuff. Of course, it ran my blood sugar up to about, I don't know, 1,000 probably. My endocrinologist, of course, he likes for me to do stuff like that. I probably bought his beach house over the years. 11:52 remaining here in the first half. Cougars have kicked off to Banks Academy. Banks Academy with the football. Handoff's going to be to the back. That's going to be number 1 on the carry for Banks. That's Josh Bonner. Bonner's going to gain good yardage on first down. He's got a little speed, got a little wiggle about him too as he comes through the line and is able to gain 7 yards. 2nd down and 3 now for Banks. The nose of the football across the 30 out to about the 34-yard line. Cougars need a defensive stop. They're in the game. 10-6 the score. Just underway third quarter. There's the snap. Straight ahead handoff to number 1. That's going to be Bonner. Bonner escapes. Escapes a would-be tackle. Still on his feet. Still running. Still on his feet. Battling for yardage all the way down inside the 35. Finally going to be knocked down at about the 32-yard line. Several missed tackles there by the Cougars. And a good run there.
First and 10 Jets from the Cougar 32.
So the ball's going to be spotted at the Cougar 32-yard line. First down and 10 Banks with 10:33 to go here in the third quarter. There's a handoff straight up the middle. Number 2 on the carry for Banks. That's going to be Tremel Almison. Tremel Almison on the carry, number 2. 10:09 to go. Clock running here in the third quarter. Banks with the lead and the football. 10-6 the score. Cougars, they need a stop on defense. Quarterback under center. There's a little pitch coming around right in. Now cutting up. Missed tackle. Still on his feet. Almison on the carry. And he's going to have enough for a first down. It looks like it's going to be a first down and goal inside the 10 for Banks. So Tremel Almison, it's going to be first and goal Jets from the Cougar 8-yard line. Almison in the backfield. Quarterback's going to be under center, man in motion, going to hand off straight up the middle. Penalty flag on the play. Little contact being made there by the Cougar defenders, but they're just not wrapping up and making tackles. It's going to be an illegal shift, it looks like, against the Jets, as they had a man moving when the play was snapped. And I think what may have happened is he may have moved before they were ever set. He just never got set before he came in motion. So that'll be a 5-yard penalty, and it's going to be it's actually a dead ball, so none of that play counted. It'll be from the line of scrimmage 5 yards back. So the clock is stopped now with 9:06 to go third quarter. It's going to be a first down now, and it looks like there's going to be a timeout on the field. We'll take a timeout with them with 9:06 to go here in the third quarter. The score, Banks Academy 10, Escambia Academy 6. You're listening to Cougar Football on WBZR Atmore. You may be watching on either Facebook or YouTube.
Diamond Gasoline stations with locations all over South Alabama and Northwest Florida wish all the local teams in the area good luck this football season. Thank you for making Diamond Gasoline your choice for quality fuels and convenience items. Diamond Gasoline is proud to support this broadcast and be a part of the community. And remember, fill your tank and save your green at Diamond Gasoline. Whether selling or buying home, lots, land, or commercial properties in both Alabama and Florida, you need to see the fine folks at Southern Real Estate. Debbie Rowell, owner and broker, and agent David Dobson are ready to assist you with any real estate needs. Located at 800 East Nashville Avenue in Atmore and at southernrealestate.org on the web, they are just a phone call away at 251-368-4397. Choosing the right realtor makes all of the difference. See Southern Real Estate.
And welcome back here in the third quarter of play. Banks with the football. They called a timeout to talk about things offensively. 9:06 to go in the third quarter. 10-6 the score. Banks leading Escambia Academy. So Banks going to come out. They're going to set up over the football with a slot to the left. Wide receiver set wide to the right. They've got an H-back on the right-hand side. Single setback behind the quarterback who's under center. Looking down the middle of the field. He's going to throw a little tight end dump pass right over the middle in the center of the field. Good designed play, and it works for a touchdown, so that's going to run the score now to 16-6. Banks Academy leading. That was a well-designed play. They just released a tight end right in the middle. He got behind the linebackers and just a little jump pass over the heads of the linebackers of the Cougars into the end zone for a touchdown. 16-6 with 8:58 remaining here in the third quarter. Cougars trailing Banks Academy. Point after touchdown coming. In to kick the point after for Banks. That's going to be number 2. That's going to be Tramiel Almason in for the point after. He's a left-footed kicker. Matter of fact, he kicked an extra point earlier. Actually kicked a field goal in the game. So a false start against Banks is going to back them up 5 yards, going to make the point after touchdown a little 5 yards longer. So the left-footed kicking Almason, low snap, kick is going to be up, and it is going to be no good. So the point after touchdown no good. That'll leave the score at 16-6. With 8:58 to go here in the third quarter as we stay with you now, since we just took a commercial break before we came back. So Cougars are going to get the ball for the first time in the second half, and they've just got to get something going offensively. Still in the ball game. Cougars have struggled a little bit on offense, but hopefully they can find some magic after some things were corrected and changed during halftime, and they'll be able to. Of course, one of the big things that's hurt them offensively tonight is just the fact that the field is wet, the ball is wet, and the Cougars have put it on the ground several times. And, of course, they've benefited from also Banks putting the ball on the ground one time, and they got a scoop and a big run. Wasn't a scoop and score, but it was a big run that was made after the Cougars were able to scoop the football up from the fumble that was on the ground. So the Cougars are going to get the football here in the third quarter. 8:58 remaining in the third. Almason, number 2, the left-footed kicker. He's got the ball teed up at the 40. He's going to kick off. He approaches the ball. Kick is made. It's a high end-over-end kick. Goes pretty deep. It's going to be fielded. So the Cougars are going to bring the ball out to near the 30-yard line, where they're going to have the ball first down and 10. Ball's actually going to be spotted down at the 29-yard line. Some of the Jets thought that the ball came loose and they got on it, but the officials cruise right there and they say that the runner was in fact down. So they're going to spot it down. Cougar football at their own 29-yard line. So they'll be on offense for the first time here in the third quarter. 8:50 remaining, trailing in the ball game by a score of 16-6. Slot wide receivers left and right. Single setback is Christian Crook. He's back there with Jacob Lee. Lee looking around, giving some instruction to Crook. There's the snap. Handoff's going to be up the middle with a pulling guard as he looks like he gains pretty good yardage on first down. Play's going to gain what appears to be about 7 yards. It ought to be second down and 3. If my eyeballs are correct. And they are not. It was actually a gain of 5, so it's going to be second down and 5. Maybe a long 4, second down. Cougars with the football, same set. Slot receivers to both sides, got a man right in the middle. That was almost the same play that the Jets ran to score on as they released a back out of the backfield. Christian Crook got behind the linebackers and Jacob Lee just threw the ball too hard. You got to get that up there where somebody can catch it, and he threw it. Of course, he's a left-handed pitcher on the baseball field. He's got a good arm, and he threw a left-handed, about a 98-mile-an-hour fastball, and movement by the Jets. Yeah, Jacob threw his fastball right there to Christian Crook, and Crook just unable to catch up to it. On the ensuing play, left defensive end jumps offside, so that's going to give the Cougars 5 free yards, and that ought to be enough for a first down because it's 3rd and 4. Still a lot of, way too much conversation goes on these penalties. I mean, it's obvious. That's why ball games last 3.5 hours. Everybody saw what the penalty was. Call it, mark it off, let's go, let's play. First down and 10 Cougars. The ball comes out to near the 40-yard line, their own 40. Clock running, 8:01 to go, third quarter. There's the snap. Jacob Lee going to hand the ball off, hands it off to Christian Crook. Crook still battling for yardage, but is unable to, kind of battles his way back to the original line of scrimmage. May have gained about a half yard, but not much more than that. It actually looked like that was a run-pass option, and Jacob Lee wanted to pull it, but Christian Crook took the football away from him and just not sure what Jacob saw. But Christian took the football. Slot receivers right and left. There's the snap. Got a man open. Cougars do have the man open, and he is going to catch the football as he beat the defender. Number 8 on the coverage for Banks, Isaac Smith. And Isaac Smith can run like the wind, but he got beat as a play-action pass. He took a step up instead of a step back, and that one little step up allowed the wide receiver, number 22 for the Cougars, to go by him. And 22 is S.T. Clarke. So S.T. Clarke on the reception. And then S.T. is drugged down after the reception, but the Cougars gain enough for a first down, and they've got first down and 10 down around the 20-yard line. There's a snap. Jacob Lee's going to keep the football and go right up the middle. Still on his feet, battling for yardage inside the 10-yard line. It's going to be all the way down to, looks like they're going to mark him at about the 6. You know, that play there was made famous last year by the Cougars because quite often whenever they would get the ball rolling on offense, the quarterback would stick it in there. They'd run, and then he'd stick it in and pull it and go right up the middle. He would follow his back in good running yardage, and that's what it was there. So the Cougars kind of getting a better grasp on the offense here in the third quarter. And they're finally moving the football offensively with 6:35 to go here in the third. The score is Banks Academy 16, Escambia Academy 6. So timeout is taken on the field as Banks wants to talk about what they're doing from a defensive standpoint. Not only that, I tell you, Cougars have had the ball here for a little bit, so it looks like they're probably a little tired. That defense has been on the field for quite a bit. So both teams going out to the middle of the field. Banks on defense, Cougars, the Escambia Academy Cougars on offense. So it'll be first and goal for the Cougars from the 5-yard line. They've got a slot set to the right side, single wide receiver to the left. There's the snap. Jacob Lee going to hand the ball straight ahead, but there's no blocking in the middle. They got to do something a little more creative than that. Nobody blocking there at the middle at the point of attack. And that play loses 3 yards. It'll be still now second and goal, but the ball backed up instead of from the 5, now from the, looks like it's going to be from about the 8-yard line. Second down and goal for the Cougars. They're knocking on the door, but they got to do something here a little creative to try to get it into the end zone. Jacob Lee, the quarterback, from the shotgun. Christian Crook behind him, trips to the right, wide receiver to the left. There's going to be a big block, and that's going to be a penalty. That's going to be one of those blindside blocks that they're trying to get out of the game. Now, S.T. Clarke comes across. He was set wide to his left, but the quarterback, Jacob Lee, was running to his left. And like I say, back in the day, that was a legal block, but this day and time in the game of football, it's not, and that's always going to draw a flag. So that's going to be a personal foul penalty. And there is an injured player. The player that got blocked is still down. So that's going to be a blindside block on the Cougars. And that, you know, that's even a point of emphasis if you go to an officials meeting, if you're an official or like I was, a previous official. And so 33 looks like he's okay. He's up on his feet now, and he's going to make it to the sidelines. Got to go out for one play because he was injured, but he'll be back in. He's jogging off. More than anything else, that whenever something like that happens, that's what we were used to refer, and I know this is a little, for those of you that are a little bit timid, I guess, from things being described, that's what we used to refer to as knocking snot bubbles out of somebody's nose. Whenever you peel back like that, it's a slobber knocker is what we called it. And like I say, you know, I mean, when I played high school football back in the late 70s to 1981 when I graduated from high school, I mean, that was legal. Matter of fact, we used to brag about those at game film sessions on Monday morning. but no longer can you do that. They're taking it out of the game. Slot to the right, wide receiver set to the left. Cougars with the football. Still, they've got goal to go. Looking for a man open. There's a good pass from the left-handed quarterback, Jacob Lee. So Jacob Lee throws a pass to Cougars number 12. That's Cameron Ball, the senior. The reception is good. And timeout right now on the officials, and it looks like they're going to, it's probably going to be one of those early season heat timeouts as the white hat did signal that it was a timeout on the officials, so we'll take a timeout as well. 4:51 remaining here in the third quarter. 16-6 the score. Banks Academy leading Escambia Academy. We'll take a break and come back. You're listening to Cougar Football on WBZR Atmore, or you may be watching on either Facebook or YouTube.
Good evening. This is Greg Albritton, your state senator. It's great to be back under the light Friday night football. It's been a long time since I was a player under these same lights, but I haven't forgotten the hard work, determination, and teamwork it takes to finish the game with a victory. As your senator, I use these same principles in Montgomery as we compete with other areas of the state for the resources we need. It is my job to see that Escambia County comes out a winner.
Atmore Auto Parts, located at 105 North 2nd Avenue in Atmore, is your local Napa dealer, specializing in automotive parts, farm and agricultural parts, ATV and heavy-duty parts, marine and hydraulic hoses. Atmore Auto Parts is open Monday through Friday from 7 to 5 and on Saturday 7 to 12. No one knows parts better than the folks at Atmore Auto Parts. So for your next project, call Atmore Auto Parts at 251-368-2148.
And welcome back as the Cougars still with the football on offense. As they try to get into the end zone here in the third quarter. Looks like they're signaling that it's going to be a fourth down and goal for the Cougars, and where they are on the field. No field goal unit. They need to get the ball into the end zone. Fourth down and goal from the Cougar 10, or actually from the Banks 10-yard line. I see S.T. Clarke in the game, number 22. He's going to be flanked wide left. A three-receiver bunch to the right-hand side. Jacob Lee, the quarterback, in the shotgun back there with Christian Crook, the back. Lee looking, he's got a man open. It's going to be Christian Crook for a touchdown. As Christian Crook comes out of the backfield and is able to beat his man to the corner. And a good throw there by Jacob Lee puts the ball on the money, so the Cougars in the end zone for a touchdown. 3:26 to go here in the third quarter. The score is Banks Academy 16, Escambia Academy 12, and the point after touchdown coming. Looks like the Cougars are going to go for two. So a well-designed play, and it was run to perfection. As Christian Crook came out of the backfield and was just able to outrun the cornerback to the corner of the end zone, and Jacob Lee threw a perfect pass over his shoulder. Christian Crook is able to catch it and carry it into the end zone for a touchdown. There's the snap. Jacob Lee with the football. He's still on his feet, battling for yardage, two-point conversion, and he is going to be denied the 2 points. Thought he was going to be able to get in there, but they spun him around and got him all discombobulated, and finally they're able to bring him down, so no 2-point conversion. So with 3:26 left to go here in the third quarter, the score, Banks 16, Escambia Academy 12. So the Cougars able to get the ball into the end zone on offense, so that's a good thing. And that offensive series of plays really looked pretty decent. Other scores around the area, Chickasaw 26, J.U. Blackshear 13. That game going into the fourth quarter of play. So the Bulldogs were, I'm trying to think, I think the Bulldogs were 3-0. But Chickasaw, and I had a chance to talk earlier this week because I live up in Uri. I talked to Coach Wes Sims, and, you know, one of the things he talked about was how skilled Chickasaw is. And, of course, you know, when my son played for J.U. Blackshear in the past, he graduated in 2018. Chickasaw was always a very athletic football team. Matter of fact, you played them a couple of times, and it was kind of like playing basketball on grass. It was an onside kick attempt by the Cougars that is recovered and held on to by the Jets of Banks Academy. So they're going to have the ball first down and 10 is Banks. So the ball will be at the Banks 48-yard line where they'll have it first down and 10 on offense. I wish the Cougars would have just kicked that ball deep and put that defense back out on the field, because when you score a touchdown like they did, that motivation itself fires your defense up, and they'd have probably had a good series. There's a snap, going to hand off to the back, straight up the middle. Battling for yardage across the 50. That's going to be number 1, Bonner, on the carry for the Jets. Play's going to gain about 6 yards. It'll be second down and 4.
Second and 5 from the Cougar 47.
Clock running, 2:45 to go here in the third quarter. Banks with a bunch receiver group to the left and an H-back. Bring the H-back in motion. There's the snap. Going to be a handoff there. Missed tackle in the backfield. Bonner on the carry. Spins out of another tackle. Finally gets down inside the 35 to about the 31-yard line. It's going to be a first down for Banks. Moves the chains. 2:25 to go here in the third quarter. Banks winning the game right now by a score of 16-12. Cougars just got to get a stop. There's going to be a penalty flag on the play. It's going to be a holding call against Banks. Spotted the foul penalty. And the spot that the foul took place was all the way back on the 48-yard line of the Cougars. So that 10-yard penalty is going to take the ball backwards 10 yards. So a big penalty there on Banks nullifies that first down carry. So it's now, it looks like it's going to be second down and a bunch. There's a little toss sweep going around left end. And there's a big tackle out there. So a good play defensively there by the Cougars. It's going to bring up a third down now. Third down in a whole bunch. So third down and 21 yards to go. The ball spotted in Jet territory on the 46-yard line. Jets have got to go all the way to about the 35 of the Cougars for a first down. There's the snap. Looking for a man deep. He's open. Spins out of a tackle. Finally knocked out of bounds So a big play there by Banks. Probably the best looking pass play that they've run all night. Able to hit a running wide open receiver down the left sideline. And that play is going to gain enough for a first down, so the chains will move and Banks will have the ball. So it looks like it's going to be first down and goal from about the 3-yard line.
First and goal, Jets from the 3.
So it is first and goal Jets from the Cougar 3-yard line. There's a snap. Handoff's going to be to Bonner, the back. No signal from the crew saying that he got in. Looks like the play may have gained about a yard. It'll be second down and goal from about now the 2-yard line. So play gains 1 yard, second down and 2. Clock inside a minute to go here in the third quarter, down to 40 seconds. There's the snap, quarterback sneak right up the middle. And it looks like he gets into the end zone, big push there right up the middle. And the Jets of Banks Academy are going to score with 28.1 seconds left to go here in the third quarter. That's going to run the score to the Banks 22, Cougars 12. So 28.1 seconds left to go in the third. Banks scores 22-12 the score. Point after touchdown coming. As number 2 for Banks, Tremel Almason. He's going to come in, left-handed, left-footed kicker, and kick the point after. So the point after touchdown is going to be good. So that's going to run the score now to 22-12, or 23-12. I'm sorry, 23-12. Escambia Academy trailing Banks Academy, and we'll just keep it here. We've only got 23 seconds to go until we go to the fourth quarter, so we'll keep it here and then go to the quarter break and take a commercial break for everybody. So the Cougars got beat there on a big play on that drive, a big pass play, as just looked like missed coverage along the left sideline. And a big play there, got the ball all the way down, first and goal for the Jets down inside the 5 at the 3-yard line, and then the Jets able to capitalize and score a touchdown. But still time in the ball game. The Cougars really, I mean, if you score 2 touchdowns, score 12 points, you're ahead in the game, 24-23. So the Cougars just need to sustain a drive, and then they need to get a break. Amelson going to kick the ball off, got the ball teed up at the 40, left-footed kicker, kicks it down the field, got some running room right there. This could be the break that the Cougars needed. S.T. Clarke picks the ball up for the Cougars, and S.T.'s got some speed and comes all the way across the 50, gets the ball down inside to near the 20-yard line. And so now 14.6 seconds left to go in the third quarter, and the Cougars in business on offense. As ST brings the ball all the way down inside, just inside the 20-yard line. The rear nose of the football is going to be bumping up against the 20. So 1st and 10 Cougars after the good kickoff run back by S.T. Clarke. Slot receivers both sides. Christian Crook in the backfield. Jacob Lee the quarterback. Calls the cadence, takes the snap. Little flare pass out of the backfield to number 3, Crook. And that's going to run us to the end of the third quarter. So we've played 3 quarters of play. The Cougars in business on offense. They're in jet territory with the football, looking to score and get a little closer in this ball game. With 3 quarters in the books, the score: Banks Academy 23, Escambia Academy 12. You're listening to Cougar Football on WBZR Atmore. You may be watching on either Facebook or YouTube.
Every neighborhood is different. Every home unique. But one thing is for sure. Everywhere you go, you'll find people who take pride in their homes. Indoors, outdoors, they're always working on something. At your local ACE, we're proud to play our in the communities we serve. And we want you to know that whatever projects you're planning, whether they're big or small, we'll be there. Have a question? Come in and ask. Our associates will be glad to help. They'll show you everything you'll need to get started. Give you friendly tips and expert advice in getting great results. Helpful ways to help you save time and money. Painting a room a new color. Getting the lawn. Porch light to hanging pictures on the wall. If you need help, your local ACE is just minutes away. Stop by today. ACE, the helpful place.
See Bondurant Lumber and Hardware with locations in Bruton, Century, and Atmore.
And welcome back as we go to the fourth quarter in this ball game. Escambia Academy and Banks Academy. 23-12 the score. Banks in the lead. Escambia Academy with the football. They're inside the Banks 20. Trying to get the ball into the end zone and work their way a little bit closer in this ball game. Like I said, the Cougars are still in it. You got 12 minutes to go in the final quarter. All you need is 2 scores. You got a good opportunity to score here with the ball inside Banks territory, then you just got to get a break. And you know how these games go. Typically, you make your own breaks. You just got to play good. And the Cougars have improved since last week, losing 49-20 to Clarke Prep Academy last week. But the Cougars playing a little more inspired this week. Jacob Lee with the football, takes the snap, looking for running room, but is going to get drugged down. Just underway fourth quarter, clock running 11:38 to go in the ball game. 3rd down and 10. The ball at the Banks Academy 20-yard line. Jacob Lee, Cougar quarterback, looking to the sideline, going to get a play call. They're looking at the wristbands now, and they're going to run a play. They got to hurry, and it looks like the Cougars are going to take a timeout. A little confusion there on what they had called, and so the Cougars are going to choose to take a little timeout. And I've said earlier that I thought the Escambia County High School Blue Devils played tonight, but I've gotten information now that says that maybe they did not actually have their game changed on this Friday to Thursday. We do have a lot of games that are being played tonight. We do have an AISA game to announce. Clarke Prep ahead of Snook Christian. And Snook Christian's located down in Foley. Clarke Prep 55, Snook Christian 22. Other games, W.S. Neal High School, coach formerly from here at Escambia Academy, Hugh Fountain, goes down to Neal. Neal is ahead of Monroe County at the half, 13-12. And Flomaton is now leading Cottage Hill Academy by a score of 16-13. So those are games that we have on the schedule. Chickasaw 26, Blackshear 3, J.U. Blackshear, the Bulldogs 3, or 13, that after 3, I'm sorry. Cougars with the football, 11:06 to go here in the ball game. Handoff is going to be to Christian Crook, right up the middle, number 3, Christian Crook, at left tackle. Pretty good gain on 3rd down, but it's going to bring up a 4th down and about 5. Clock running with 10:40 to go in the ball game. 4th and 5. And the offense of the Cougars going to stay out there. Jacob Lee, the quarterback, from the shotgun. There's the snap. Going to hand off. No, he's going to fake it and going to throw it over the middle. That play is going to be incomplete. And so the ball will go over on downs, and it'll be the Jets football as the Cougars turn it over. Not sure whether, I didn't really see a man open on that play. Cougars run a little play action and then try to hit a slant over the middle. So Banks with the football, 1st down and 10, 10-19 to go in the ball game. They lead by a score of 23-12. Handoff is going to be right up the middle. Breaks the tackle, still on his feet. So a good gain there on 1st down. May be a penalty on the play because the down marker has not moved. Looks like they are going to back up. So a penalty is going to be called against Banks. I didn't see what the call was. It's in an area where, to be honest with you, it was probably holding. So it was holding. 10-yard penalty from the line of scrimmage. It's going to be 1st down and 20 now, as the penalty backs the ball back to the Banks 10-yard line. Number 2 on the carry, that's going to be Tremel Almison. Almison with a little running room. Actually, they say that the play failed to gain, so it's going to be 2nd down. 2nd down and let's see what kind of discussion there is now there. Looks like they're getting the chains set far side. 2nd down and 11. Play actually loses a yard. There's going to be a little pitch coming near side. There's a flag being thrown. Quite possibly going to be a holding call on the, it's going to be in that area where holding would be called. They try to run a wide sweep to a running back out of the backfield coming around left end, but the flag was thrown by the wing guy near side. And usually that's what he's looking for out there on the edge. is he's kind of watching for blocking on those wide receivers, and sometimes those wide receivers will go in, and if they're blocking against a linebacker or whatever, they'll reach and grab them. And that is what the call is going to be. It's going to be holding against the Jets, and so they're kind of going backwards on this drive themselves. That penalty is going to take the ball all the way back to near the 5-yard line. It's going to be second down, and looks like about 20 or so yards to go, maybe a little more than 20. The holding penalty, it could be more than 20 because the holding penalty could have taken place behind the line of scrimmage. Clock running with 8:30 to go. There's a good defensive play by the Cougars. On the carry, number 1, Josh Bonner for Banks Academy. Bonner knocked off his feet. It's going to bring up a third down. Third down in what appears to be in the neighborhood of about 17 yards to go. Hard to see across this, looking kind of at an angle across the field. And not only that, when you got 59-year-old eyeballs, you don't see nearly as good as you used to. So it is going to be third down and 17 from the Banks 9-yard line. There's the snap. Immediately taken off his feet. So no flags down on the play. That's going to be, it looks like the play failed to gain, so that's going to be fourth down. Fourth down and 17, and the punting unit is coming on for Banks. Now here's what makes this interesting is the punt. The punter is going to be backed up, and he will be punting out of his own end zone. So, I mean, what I would do is I don't even know why we got a guy back. I'd go after the punt. Because you're going to get good field position regardless. You just don't want to rough the punter. Did they get it? They do not. And it's actually just, he actually does a pretty good job to get it out here. The ball comes out to the 35-yard line. That's where it's going to be spotted first down and 10, but the Cougars are going to have the ball in Banks territory with 6:29 left to go in the ball game. So with 6:29 left to go, the score, Banks 23, Escambia Academy 12. We'll take a break and come back. You're listening to Cougar Football on WBZR Atmore. You may be watching on either Facebook or YouTube.
Here's some good policy from your local agent and Auto Owners Insurance. When your insurance policy comes from us, it comes with something extra, a real person. Don't buy from an insurance company with an 800 number and a voicemail menu. Auto Owners Insurance operates exclusively through local independent agencies here to help you 24/7. Now that's good.
Say 430 Palafox Street in Fulmerton, or call 296-2471. Wi-Fi, Thompson Ford, we put our customers' wants and needs first. We respect your time and offer a stress-free approach to selling cars. This is reflected in our winning Ford President's Award 5 years consecutively. From sales to service, we do everything we can to achieve the highest levels of customer service. Proud to be the premier Ford dealership in this area. We invite you to come by at 828 South Main Street at Moore. To experience the no-hack, best price, worst way of business, stop by and see Jim Johnson and the staff. Give them a call, 51368-2135.
Welcome back as we've had two plays run here since we went away. One of them was an incomplete pass. Jacob Lee rolling to his left, looking downfield, trying to hit Christian Crook on a pass play. That pass falls incomplete. Now on this play, the ball was snapped. The quarterback, Jacob Lee, rolling to his left again and trying to run the football. Actually, he was flushed out of the pocket. The play was going to be a pass. And Jacob Lee was, back in the old days when I used to watch a little WWE on TV, that would have been what would have been called a belly-to-back suplex. So so the little belly-to-back suplex was applied to Jacob Lee, and that brought about a 15-yard penalty on the play for unnecessary roughness. First down and 10. Well, actually, they still say it's second down as the penalty yardage so it's second down and 5. And I'm not really sure about, the Cougars are going to talk about that, but back looking at that previous play, I felt pretty sure that they threw a flag for a personal foul, and I figured that would have been enough yardage for a first down, but they've got the yard marker over there, or the down marker at third down and 5 for the Cougars. And the Cougars called timeout. Of course, they're not arguing. I may have missed something. I actually making some notes and looked up, but I thought the penalty was going to be a roughing penalty or an unsportsmanlike or giving him the business penalty when you went kind of belly to back and slammed him on his head. But it was not a Cougar first down. So it's third down according to what we've got on the field and on the scoreboard. It's third down and 5. So the Cougars on offense. Ball on the 30-yard line of Banks. Cougars need 5 yards. They've got 2 plays to get it to keep this drive going. Jacob Lee, the quarterback, looking to the sideline. Got trips receivers to his left, single wide receiver to his right. Looking, throws it high. And that's going to be incomplete. Big hit there on the Cougar wide receiver, and he felt that one. Intended receiver was Carson Wilson, the 11th grader, and he got stuck, and he comes to the sideline. He's still hurting. As he comes to the sideline, kind of collapses to his knees, and that's one of those things where he probably got the wind knocked out of him, and that's scary. Anyway, it's going to be fourth down and 5 because you're trying to suck air into your lungs, and nothing will go in there. Fourth down and 5, Cougars with the football. There's the snap. Handoff is going to be straight up the middle, but it's not going to get a first down. The Cougars are going to turn it over as they tried to run a little draw to the back out of the backfield. And the offense for Banks is going to come out on the field. They're going to take over the football. So the Cougars will be back on defense. 4:53 to go here in the ball game. 23-12 the score. Banks Academy leading Escambia Academy. So the Cougars just kind of stalemated themselves there, was unable to get that first down. They had 5 yards to go, 2 plays to get it. They don't get it, so they give the ball up on downs, and the Cougars will be back on defense. And I'm sure that Banks will be, they'll be perfectly happy with just running some offensive plays on the ground and trying to eat up some clock. There's a handoff straight up the middle. It's a little spin move. Comes out, going to be enough for a first down as that play right up the middle gains about 12 or 13 yards. And so first down and 10. Good play by Banks. So it'll be first down and 10 Banks. The clock running with 4:28 to go in the ball game. Ball on their own 37-yard line. They're looking to the sideline, probably watching the 25-second clock. And there's a good play up the middle now by the Cougar defense as number 1, Josh Bonner on the carry. So Bonner fails to gain on first down. It'll be second down and 10. Little chippiness out there amongst a couple of the players. No flags. Clock running with 3:30 to go here in the ball game. 23-12, still the score. Clock is running. They're looking to the sideline to be told when to snap the football. They're just eating up clock. There's a little toss sweep around the other side. Number 1 on the carry. Got to be wrapped up, and finally he's still on his feet. Somebody's got to hit him and get him on the ground. Finally do. Play gains out across the 40-yard line. It's not going to be enough for a first down, but a good gain. It's now going to be third down. And it looks like about 5 yards to go. Play gains 5 yards. Third down and 5. The ball comes out to the 42-yard line of Banks. Clock still running now with 2:30 remaining here in the ball game. 23-12 the score. Banks leading Escambia. Wide receivers split wide to the right side. Slot receivers to the left. Looking to the sideline to see when to snap it. Taking their time. And let's see, whistles on the field. Looks like it's going to be a timeout called by Banks Academy. So we'll take a timeout with them. 2 minutes left to go in the ball game. Timeout on the field. The score, Banks Academy 23, Escambia Academy 12. You're listening to Cougar Football on WBZR Atmore, or you may be watching on either Facebook or YouTube.
Diamond Gasoline stations with locations all over South Alabama and Northwest Florida wish all the local teams in the area good luck this football season. Thank you for making Diamond Gasoline your choice for quality fuels and convenience items. Diamond Gasoline is proud to support this broadcast and be a part of the community. And remember, fill your tank and save your green at Diamond Gasoline. Whether selling or buying home, lot, land, or commercial property in both Alabama and Florida, you need to see the fine folks at Southern Real Estate. Debbie Rowell, owner and broker, and agent David Dobson are ready to assist you with any real estate needs. Located at 800 East Nashville Avenue in Atmore and at southernrealestate.org on the web, they are just a phone call away at 251-368-4397. Choosing the right realtor makes all of the difference. See Southern Real Estate.
And welcome back. Penalty flags, it looks like on the play. Possibly offside's going to be the call against the Cougars. A lot of conversation going on. It's happened that way every time a flag's been thrown. I guess they just wanting to make sure they get them right, but it does seem like a lot of overkill. Now he talked to one wing guy. Now he's going to come back over and talk to the other guy. Other guy says, forget it, I'm not talking to anybody. But they're going to mark the penalty off against Banks. They're going to call it an illegal procedure penalty against Banks rather than offsides against the Cougars. In other games around the area, just got this game update. Thanks, Rick, for Mobile. Cottage Hill defeated Flomaton tonight by a score of 20-16. Two minutes to go in the ball game. 3rd down and 9 for Banks Academy. Slot receivers to the left, single wide receiver to the right. Handoff is going to be straight up the middle. Good play defensively there by the Cougars. And let's see, timeout is going to be called by the Cougars with 1:51 remaining here in the game. So the Cougars are going to talk about it. And we'll sit down and take a load off here in the press box. And as the cheerleaders down front do a good job cheering for these Cougars, Cougars need to get the ball back and then just need to get a break and get something in the end zone. Of course, the tick, tick, tick of the clock right now is not in their favor, as time is running out. Inside 2 minutes. And Banks doing a good job offensively. They're looking to the sideline to try to get an idea. Of course, the 25-second clock is being kept on the field. And so Banks is looking over there. Their coaches are keeping up with it on their stopwatches. And all you got to do is whenever the white hat blows the ball into play, then you just need to be snapping that thing at about 20 seconds. And that way you don't get called for too much time. 1:51 to go in the ball game. Banks with the football. They've got a 4th down. They're going to punt. There's the snap. No, actually it's a fake. And they're going to get a 1st down and finally be run out of bounds. Number 2. So a good time there for a fake punt, and it works. So Banks is going to keep the ball on offense as Tramiel Almason takes the snap on the punt and comes around left end, and he's going to get the ball in Cougar territory to the Cougar 46, where it's going to be 1st down and 10, and that could have been the straw that did in the proverbial camel right there. In this case, it did in the Cougars. 1:42 to go in the ball game. There's a run right up the middle. Quarterback sneak. Ball carried there by number 6. That's going to be Anthony Ruffin. Clock is running, 1:24 to go in the ball game. That play gained 6 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 4. The ball spotted at the Cougar 40. Other games around the area, W.S. Neal leading Monroe County 27-12, headed into the 4th quarter of the ball game there. There's a snap, quarterback sneak right up the middle, going to be Ruffin again. He's got a 1st down, and that's going to do the Cougars in right there. That 1st down will do it. Inside a minute now, 44.8 seconds left to go in the ball game. And this team from Banks is going to make their way down from Birmingham, down I-65, and come to Canoe, Alabama on a Thursday night and pick up a win against the Escambia Academy Cougars, whose record will run to 0-2 on the year. Of course, we'll be back in action next week on Friday night. as the Cougars have about 4 home games in a row. Victory formation. Banks is going to take the snap and take a knee, and that's going to do it for the ball game. And so we will wrap it up from here and get everybody to the house early. So thank you, Mr. Larry from at WBZR 105.9 FM in Atmore for running the board for us and getting us on the game, doing a great job there, keeping up with all my commercial breaks and everything. So that's going to do it from Canoe, Alabama on this Thursday night. The final score, Banks Academy 23, Escambia Academy 12. You've been listening to Escambia Academy Cougar Football on WBZR 105.9 FM in Atmore, or you may have watched on either Facebook or YouTube. Good night, everybody.